Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Also, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't mean to offend anyone, and I don't have any hate in my heart for anyone. Everything in this video is allegedly. Praise the Lord. Okay. We got that out the way. Okay. I wanted to talk about what has your guy you losing his marbles. Okay. I was listening to some things. Okay. It seems like, you know, I started thinking about even last year, like around last year, like around early 2022. Okay. When he was getting on his Instagram and he was talking about he was up late at night and he couldn't sleep and all of that. Um, I felt like something was going on then. He was like, he was up, he couldn't sleep, and he was talking about thinking about getting rid of my phone in the AM. It seems like a spirit of paranoia around January of 2022. It seemed like he started flipping. Okay. It's like something had him losing his marbles. Anytime somebody decides that he says, think about getting rid of my phone, getting rid of my cell phone, we'll decide in the AM. But I don't know what was going on with that. Maybe, he had started, he had realized some things, okay, at that point. Okay, but the word is they use is all types of burners right now. Okay. I don't know if it was because, it was alleged. It was alleged. And I got this from a very credible source, but it was alleged that allegedly, he's had a meeting and said to his brother and a few people, to throw some phones into the river. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I had heard. But it seems like something has him paranoid. He's been talking about this paranoia. He did an interview where at the Breakfast Club where he said he pulls up at his house sometimes if it's too dark, even though he got dogs, he got security, all of that. If it's too dark in his house, he'll pull out of the driveway and go stay at a hotel. It's something weird about that. That's paranoia on a whole nother level. Okay. And paranoia like that. And I think we all should be careful. Hey, I think we're all careful, but paranoia to the extent where you don't even trust the people that you are paying. Okay, it's something wrong with that. But what would make him be this paranoid? He never talked about being this paranoid before, but now it seems like since you know for the last couple years, it's been maybe almost 2 years now. He's had a spirit of paranoia on him. Okay, and so I was listening, okay, to a song that he put out. Okay, and I want to read to y'all the lyrics of the song. Okay. And so in the song, he says, "Been running raps around these ninjas. Pew pew pew. Got no respect for them or their big homie." Okay. So now let me just say, just hearing that, it sounds to me like he might be throwing shots at Dolph even in death, because um but he said he don't have any respect for these little dudes or their big homie. Okay. And so he says, just like Doug said, I got that S on me, huh? Blueface, my paytech. I call it Christian. Hood B, I took her to Christianos. I thought he said Crustaceous in LA. Oh, yeah. he's saying, "Oh yeah," I get real suspicious when he get to hollering about, "Oh yeah," and "yeah, yeah," because they be mimicking Dolph. Now it sounds like to me maybe Dolph like Crustaceous or something like that. We know, yeah. Anyways, he said, "B, this garlic noodles, this S fine dining. Yes, I trying to elf, and let's get on down to the good part because all the other stuff don't make me no difference." Okay, he says, "You know the code. Close your mouth and keep it quiet. Sure, you know these hoes, money gone. They leave your side. You know these ninjas hating, try to justify. You know these hoes ain't none of your hoes. They switching sides, and your cock next week. Bye bye bye. They with the ops. With the ops. I hope she in that B when they spray the car now." When he said that, okay, it made me think about a situation that had happened down in Covington, okay, where a lady had lost her life. And the rumor was that it was not that lady that they were at, but the other young lady, the younger young lady that was in there. And remember, in the beginning, there were rumors that, they thought maybe Dolph was in the car. Okay. But that was just a rumor. Okay. I heard that just by way of social media. I ain't heard nobody credible say it, but hey, people in the street be knowing quite a bit of stuff, right? But I digress. Let's move on. I wanted to, let's see, because y'all know I've had to stop the video. Um, that says, he goes, um, "I'm too big. I don't shop with Wafi." Now, the rumor is, okay, that pre-artists buy their jewelry from Wafi. Okay, now that's the rumor. And so some people were saying that that was a direct shot, okay, at pre-artists when he said that "I'm too big, I don't shop with Wafi." Now, some people may say that, Yo Gotti had a name and all of that, but you didn't really start seeing him rubbing elbows with the elite until after Young Dolph was assassinated. Okay, now that's the rumor on the streets, on the streets. Okay, not just on YouTube streets, it's on the Memphis streets. Okay, and he said, "If you smart, you're gonna stack the profit. Everything solitary certified. You know the code. Close your mouth and keep it quiet. Sure." Now, when they was trying to say when Straight Drop was arrested, when I think that's when he first started losing his marbles. Okay, I think that's when the marbles, that for some reason, why I don't know, but it seems like he was stressed because he said the exact same thing. "I told my niggas to not talk or whatever, you know. And he just said it on another, that mixtape that he put out, that dudes must don't want to come home. They talking on phones in jail. They must not want to, they ain't trying to come home or something to that nature." People will say, "Well, he didn't say that, but he's it seems to me a lot of the statements that he makes are similar." So if they're saying that he didn't make those statements, it was fake, it seems to me in songs he still makes similar statements, which leads me to believe that it is true, right? So he said, "You know these hoes, money gone. They leave your side. You know these niggas hate and try to justify." And then I think I've already gone over there where he says that I hope she in that he says, "And on your cock next week, blah 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 blah. They know they with the ops. I hope she in that B pew when they sprayed that car." We just talked about that, right? It seems like to me he's really emotional. No man that truly, he's a different breed, it appears, in my opinion. No real man. He came from an era that we came from. That's why when people say that he was involved in this, and it is in my opinion that he is, with Young Dolph. And we have to say in our opinion right now. We know the truth, but we just have to say that. Okay? Because he emotional. No man wants to there's been like a new trend going on. And I don't know if it's got a lot to do with the drugs, but real men, he came from that era where them OGs supposed to handle him for real. They ain't mess with no women. If the woman don't want you, you just got to go on with your little big head life. These folks then women and stuff, put them in a straight jacket. If they ain't putting them in a straight jacket, they put them in a cell. And it looks like he what I just said, both of them gonna apply to him. Look like he already in a straight jacket or need to be. Okay. And it's ultimately a woman ultimately gonna lead him to a cell. Okay. Straight jacket and cell. Okay. Now he says, because men don't get mad at women and want to take them out because they mad at them. That's a weak man. Most men, they go on and get them another woman because they probably already got another one. They don't get mad and want to kill a woman or spray up a car with a woman in it that they've been with. That's a real emotionally pink panty wearing sissy. Okay, that do stuff like that. Okay. Now, because the code, they know the code, and that is you don't mess with women and children. You're gonna be dealt with. Okay. Back in the day, and it wasn't right, she might get pushed up against the wall, but they showed the furthest thing from their mind was taking her out. These men, you get mad, you say you're a millionaire, you get mad because you say this woman messing around with another man. Hell, she wasn't a damn virgin when you met her. I can't stand the thought of it. She done had 50 men before she got with you. Okay. Now he says, I'm sorry, but I'm really not. He said, I'm sorry, but I'm really not. So he don't care. He's saying he ain't sorry. He ain't sorry about nothing that has happened as it relates to spraying up cars, to shooting up cars. But God says, when I get them back, you're going to see me get them back. God going to put that big head. He already paranoid. Ought to be in a straight jacket. And it seemed like to me he losing his marbles. They lost them. Okay. He says, I be in a phantom in a pearl crop, universal mean with a dirty Glock. Hope no fan don't run up on me, end up getting shot. Y'all stay away from him. Stay away from him. Stay away. Okay? Stay away because he's a schizo. He telling you, stay away. Don't run up on him. Just stay away. Okay, because anyways, let me finish this. He said, my house like a small mall. I'm losing S every week. Damn, I think the maids might be stealing from me. I think the chef might be spying on me. They spying on me. You got that right, Negro. He ain't lying about that. I'm paranoid. I think the trainer might be wired up. I don't think it's the trainer. Okay. It ain't the trainer. Okay. F it. Roll it up and gone. Fire it up. I don't even smoke what I've been stressing lately. Last night, no rubber, probably had a baby. F it. 20 matches, 20 matching watches. We winning. I'm praying while I'm sinning. God gotta forgive me. He'll forgive you. But his word still stands true. Whatever a man soweth, that's just what he's gonna reap. And so you're gonna have to get your payback for what you have done. And so that's what leads me to, okay, my topic. Okay, has Yo Gotti lost his marbles? Okay, to paranoia? Has he? Okay, because like I said, he talked about how Or is he losing his marbles to paranoia? Because he talked about how he be scared to go into his house sometimes. Okay. If the house is too dark, and I don't believe it's a play. He even talked about it here. He's smoking. But we already know weed don't have people paranoid like that unless it's laced with some. But I think, he claimed he got that money now. He went up after Young Dolph was assassinated. So I'm sure he able to buy that good stuff. I be talking about them folks can't afford none of that good cocoa. Okay, because they broke. He got a little money. He probably on that good cocoa. But the thing about it is they get sprung off of that too. Okay. Maybe that's the reason why his Jerry curl don't be curled all the time. Because I think sometimes he be having a Jerry curl in his head, don't it? Or am I tripping? Don't that be him that be having that Jerry curl in his head that be cut low sometimes? Let me pull that up. Sometimes all of his hair pieces don't be curled. Okay, let's see. Yo, Gotti. He said a Jerry curl back. Okay. Maybe it ain't him. He just got that low haircut. I thought he'd be having that curl in his head. Okay. Maybe I've seen pictures of him with that Jerry curl in his head. Okay. But what has him losing his marbles? It's to paranoia. It seems like when people do dirt, okay, God will taunt them. Now, when Young Dolph was assassinated that night, he wanted that boy gone so bad, in my opinion, that it wasn't happening fast enough. That's the reason why it was so messy. He jumped on the internet and said, I got a question. He was letting them know what's going on. Because I want to hear, I want to hear something on the news. That's what that demon on the inside of him wanted. And then it happened. Okay. And then it happened. Shortly after that, that's why them boys jumped out of their car, and God made it where, because they was insistent on doing it. Okay. Because they had a stat on it. Okay. You put a stat on stuff in certain terms when you need it back instantly. They needed it done instantly. They put a stat on it. Okay. And God made it where it was so tacky that ain't nobody gonna get away. It never should have happened. And so you got all this paranoia, because I know when the devil trick you into his territory, he will whoop you cat raggedy. And that's what he did. That's why the Bible says that jealousy is as cruel as the grave. He has tricked himself out of his position. Nobody give a damn about his rich friends. They can't do nothing to him, because especially if they doing dirt, they gonna haul ass getting away from him. When them folks come for the final time, okay. So when they did that to him, and the earth shook that night, because Memphis had an earthquake that could be felt all the way down to St. Louis. St. Louis about 3.5 hours away. If you rolling, you can get there in 3. Okay. But it was on a Richter scale. And I remember I was sitting on my couch and I thought somebody was banging on my door. My whole couch and stuff shook. Okay. Right. That was an indication of what was to come. That should have scared him. His rich friends ain't got the power to do that. That was the Almighty God. That should have let him know that was a higher power. That's why he have to put at the end, you know, let me look at this again when he put at the end, because he's still, not only is he thinking he playing in the face of God, I mean of the feds, he think he playing in the face of God. He says, I'm praying while I'm sinning. God gotta forgive me. Okay. So what he trying to do is play God. I'm praying while I'm sinning. Okay, God gotta forgive me. He gonna forgive you, because sometimes a person's, we all have a mission on this earth, and sometimes when you see them folks, when they change, when they in jail, God will let them go all the way up to the top. So when them little dudes, when it's a revolving door, when they coming in and out of jail, if nothing else, he ain't gonna be able to use it nowhere, no more. Anyways, he can teach them the business when they come out of jail, and tell them get their life right. Don't be a damn fool like me. And then when they come back out the jail, they'll know the business, the rap business. Okay, that's if he really know it, right? So then he put Um, another song out. He says, they asking what is given when I say I already gave it. Moved to Calabasas when I knew I made it. He said I should go and ask my rich friends for a favor. Let me hold $1 million. I ain't gonna never pay you back. I've been seeing S on Instagram like, oh, he gonna get whacked. I be seeing S on Instagram like, oh, that nigga a rat. I be seeing H's on Instagram like, oh, like I need to hit that. Log off Gotti. F it. Log off Gotti. 18 H's called Cali gone off Gotti. You too gangster. They too soft, Gotti. Now them 201. The F you doing in Cali? You from the North, Gotti. He said, now them 201. I wonder if you're talking about 201 Poplar. Okay. So he said, log off, Gotti. F it, log off, Gotti. So they have to tell him to log off. Okay. Because, if a person is not caught up in something, why is he even interested in what people have to say about him as it relates to this young dog situation? Why is he consistently throwing shots at these young boys? Snoop Bands and Jay Fizzle and all of them are young enough to be his sons, okay? But instead, he takes the time to consistently throw shots at them, okay? And so then he says they too soft. But yo God, let's just, as they said on what's his name, let's just kick the ballistics, okay? You don't want them to get at you when you sitting up talking about, I ain't hard to find. You don't want them young boys to get at you. You know they don't care. That's the reason why you have 2 precincts and personal security around you when you're in Memphis. Let's be real about it. Anybody, and then you still paranoid still because these little boys these young boys are on something else. They don't even care about the police. But for you to be in your 40s, you almost pushing half of 100 and still going at young boys, you got a mental issue, in my opinion. Okay, I don't mean no harm. It seems like you've lost your marbles. Okay, and we already see that you've lost it to paranoia when you scatter everything around you. So it seems to me, because of these same folks you calling soft, you done lost it. You done shot Flatfoot off. Okay? And need to be in somebody's little thing. Okay? If you don't get it right, I put the little character up there. That's what's gonna be going on if you keep on. I just want you to see what we kind of see when you talk. That you done lost your marbles to paranoia. And see, that's why it's not good to do dirt, because this is what happens. This is what happens. And so them same little dudes, it is in my opinion, them same little dudes that you claiming soft and made then help you to lose the marbles. Okay. They didn't help you to lose it. And then you still disrespectful in so many ways. When Young Dolph was alive, you didn't hear him saying nothing. He didn't even say nothing. That's why folks say, God, he don't say nothing about Dolph. But now that the man is no longer here, you can't stop dissing him. To me, that don't make no sense. Then you done brought down the other dudes around you. Okay? You really have. Okay? And so you said you asking God to forgive you. So you do acknowledge that there is a God. Okay, but I wonder what God you serve, because you said I ask God to forgive me while I'm sinning. So you serving in your eyes, you serving 2 masters. Okay? Because God is not a God of sin. So you serving 2 masters. And you think you playing with the real one, and that's the Almighty. Okay, but that God get back ain't nothing nice. If you ain't for real, but you better get for real. But I wouldn't want to be in your position, not even with the money and all, because I mean, that paranoia is something else. It's something else. Okay. And then consistently, like I said, throwing shots at these little dudes. It don't make no sense. Real bosses don't do that. Okay. They don't do it. But you are. Okay. They have to make you, your people have to make you log off of Instagram. They have to make you log off of social media. Okay. They have to make you log off. In other words, when I hear that song, you addicted to what the people saying about you. And it's already got you in a state of paranoia. But hey, God says, when I get them back, you're going to see me get them back. It's going to be a lot of days you ain't going to be able to sleep because them cots ain't nothing nice. Okay. But yeah, child, I just had to go on and do this video. And I don't mean no harm. Okay. I don't mean a bit of harm. But when I saw it, for somebody to admit, okay, that they can't sleep and they didn't started smoking, and I'm telling you, that's a terrible thing. Okay. He said, we the only record label on Interscope that's profiting. Ex John, Jamie, and Breedman. I'm a earner. Every strap I got outside the streets, nigga, I earn them. You ain't earn nothing in the streets. You always got other folks to do your dirt and got their lives messed up, just like their lives messed up in this young dog's case, because they're going to have to roll for that. But the good thing about it is, from my understanding, they ain't going to be determined until the top person that has something to do with this, that has always gotten by, he going to roll too. Ain't nobody going to be able to go take his time. Now, that come from the people that's working on the case. Okay? So that's the good thing about that. And it would be a good thing. And see, here's the thing. When people say, well, you hard on him, I ain't hard on him. I'm just right on him. I got that. I got him right. You know why? Because we supported him. He was out before Young Doc. We supported him and loved his music. And listen, I listened to some of his stuff. He ain't no bad artist. I ain't gonna sit up and say because we don't like what he did that he's a bad artist. He ain't. But ain't nobody feeling him no more because what he did wasn't right. He's talented. We got to get that man that. But he wronger than two left legs because they never should have did what they did. How you going to say you win and you take your competition? There ain't nothing right about that. That's wrong. You took a man from his children. Okay? That little stuff they had going back and forth could have been mended and talked about before they started shooting up his stuff. Then it was beyond repair, and he knows that. Young Dolph had every right to be mad when they started violating him, shooting up his vehicles and shooting up him. And then they initially took him out. It ain't nothing right about that. Okay? And so now people want to try to play strong, but they really ain't that strong. Because Lil Bud done lost his marbles and he flat-foot paranoid. It ain't nothing I'm making up. He said it. Okay? And it seemed like to me, he on that good cocoa. Okay? He on that good cocoa. Because don't know we have nobody that paranoid, but they don't trust nobody. And he got a right to be paranoid. But whatever it is that he paranoid about, he should have been paranoid about in the beginning. Them folks got what they needed in the beginning. They just tying up everything. What they should have did was left that boy alone. That's what they should have did. That's what real men do. But you hearing him constantly putting that stuff out into the atmosphere. When you get mad at a woman for cheating, you take her out. What kind of shit is that? No real OGs do that. You ain't no gangster. No gangsters do that. I grew up around them. And they weren't wimps like that. They just went and got them another woman because they already had another one. Okay? And so I hope little Angela listening to all this stuff, because he can't take it when women decide to go on with their lives. Okay? He can't. These men loses their minds over freaks, I reckon. Okay? But I feel like that's what's got him done lost his marbles. Okay. That God get back ain't nothing nice. He says one thing for sure. Whatever man sowed, he gonna reap. And he says, when I get him back, you gonna see me get him back. Ain't we seeing it? And I don't think this for play. This for real. Because this ain't the first time he done said how paranoid he is. Even last year when he said he couldn't sleep and he was going to get rid of his phone, I decide by the a.m. It was too late then, bro. Because we serve a on-time God, it was too late then. Them folks had already hit the jackpot. Because God says, when I get them back, you're going to see me get them back. Ain't we witnessing it? Aren't we witnessing it? Forget all the money. That's for sure. But whatever a man soweth, that is what he is going to reap. And it bothers me so bad because I was such a fan of his. I was such a fan. My cousins and them made me such a fan. They hung around him, and it was yo Gotti this, yo Gotti that. We going to hang out at the club with Gotti now. They was his protection. They messed with that dude the long way. And regardless to whether he want to admit it or not, all the disrespect he has shown the Memphis, they mess with him the long way. And now look at him. You got everybody looking at the city of Memphis because of them, and it ain't even in the right way. Okay? It's a darn shame before God. A city that helped him come up, and this is what he do? You take out another legend, because whether they want to say it or not, Young Dolph is a legend. Everything he leaves behind inherits that greatness. So they legends too. He can't take that from Young Dolph's artists. They legends. And them boys out there getting it. You can't take that from them. Them young brothers getting it. Every time you see them, they shining and getting money. And they ain't got the answer to nobody. Now that deserves a standing ovation when you ain't got a machine behind you. But instead of congratulating them, or he can't congratulate him because he already know the very ultimate has happened. He want to consistently throw shots at him. I don't respect you or your big dog. Okay. That God get back ain't nothing nice, okay? But yeah, I think that's what's got his marbles. He done lost his marbles to paranoia. But people should take note. This is what happens when you do evil. You can't even rest. So they may as well have just left him alone. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Talk with you later.